تكبير تكبير نار الرسالة What a wonderful introduction to this blessed evening. May I also take this opportunity to welcome formally on His Honour Shareef Muhammad bin Yahya al-Nilawi. It's a great honour, it's a great privilege to have Sheikh Sahib amongst us once again at this blessed gathering. Inshallah, I'm going to ask Sheikh Sahib to say a few words, but also during the Qaseeda Burda Shareef to interject when they feel appropriate to comment on some of the verses. And inshallah, we hope that we are able to get through the whole of the Qaseeda Burda Shareef this evening, but we can only do that if you are with us. So I do ask that every single one of you, downstairs and upstairs, takes part, even if it's just the chorus of this Qaseeda Burda Shareef. Can I thank Mufti Sahib for his kind words and his blessed words, because Mufti Sahib is not in the best of health at the moment, and we do pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives total shafa'ah to Mufti Sahib to cure him from all his illnesses with the barakah of this Qaseeda Burda Shareef. So I think it is because of this Qaseeda Burda Shareef that Mufti Sahib is sat with us this evening, or else I don't think they would have been here, they're probably at home resting. So alhamdulillah, it's because of the barakah of this Qaseeda Burda Shareef that they've given up their time, that they're here with us, and we are grateful for that. If I may now ask Sheikh Muhammad bin Yahya al-Nilawi to say a few words on the Qaseeda Burda Shareef and to open this gathering.
وخير خلق الله أجمعين وحبيب رب العالمين سيدنا ومولانا وحبيبنا وعظيمنا ونبينا وقرة أعيننا ونور أبصارنا وبصائرنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم عبد الله ورسوله ونبيه وصفيه من خلقه وخليله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وارض عن صحبه وعنا معه برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I don't think I can really put any more introduction after Allama Mufti Sahib has already introduced it with such a rich introduction, alhamdulillah, and that suffices from any more words about that, inshallah. But I have a couple of requests to make of you, inshallah. All of us, first of all, to make the intention right now that we are here for the sake of Allah. So make that intention in your heart, so you can get rewarded for two things. Number one, coming to the masjid and being in the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But number two, also get double the reward with the intention of acquiring knowledge. Because like Allama Mufti Sahib has already mentioned about some of the knowledge implication of the Qaseeda, so that's knowledge that you acquire, and that's knowledge for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As you know, being in the dhikr is one thing, and acquiring knowledge is another thing. So if we have two, Wallahu yudha'ifu liman yasha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doubles for whatever He wants. That also, I need you to make another intention in your heart, and that applies as well to all of us, that you are here to be closer to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To open up to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I know we all come and we all have problems, and we all have the whole day, and we work, and we have families, or we have, sometimes veils over our hearts because we have sins and we have all these things. But this is the time when you try to clear all these things and try to be closer to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The third thing. The fourth thing is that you do not sit idle. For example, the brothers and the honorable brothers will be reciting the Qaseeda. If you know how to recite, you want to recite with them, great. If you don't, please occupy your time with Salat and Salam on the Prophet ﷺ continuously. Yani Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Continuously while the brothers are reciting these manaqib and these khasa'is of Nabi A'lam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because this is the majlis that will help you. Yani if you get out of this majlis tonight feeling that you are closer to Allah and His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, then you have won. But if you come here and do the lip service and in your heart million things are going about the dunya and you get out just like you came, then might as well just go home and rest. But inshallah, even though if you're not staying, because maybe the malaika will cover as well. Maybe there is one person here and the malaika covers everybody. So inshallah ta'ala, well, that's with the intention. Making continuous salah with your tasbih if you have, with your hands, with whatever you have. Sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. And I ask the brothers to interject every now and then. Of course, as you can tell, and Mufti Sahib has given you just simply a summarized introduction. He could have gone for hours about it. And it's impossible to cover the explanation of the Burda in about an hour or two, or even 1 day or 2 days. We need days and weeks probably to cover every single word. But if I see there's lata'if or some kind of lutf from Allah or His Prophet ﷺ in some of these lines, I'll stop, and if I think there's an important point to make, I'll try to make that, inshallah ta'ala. So with this intention, we submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we ask Him to make us closer to His Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing tawassul by His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to accept us among those He accepts in the day of judgment. And to make us and assemble us among those whom Allah purified their hearts and they only live for the sake of Allah. Not for the sake of name, not for the sake of fame, not for the sake of anything except Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because today we are here, tomorrow you're gone. And after the grave, nobody is going to call you any name, nor titles, nor the money, nor the power.
Allah.
It'll be only you and how much you are close to Allah, and how sincere you are to Allah, and how close are you to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and how close are you to the awliya of Allah. Because depending on your closeness and proximity to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the awliya of Allah, this is where your soul will be. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this.
For that. Inshallah, we're going to get started with the first set of recitals that is Min al-Qalb. So without any further ado, let's welcome Min al-Qalb. Nare Takbir! Nare Risalat! Nare Risalat!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mawlaya salli wa sallim daiman abadan ala habibika khairil khalqi kullihim. Ya laini fil hawa al-udri مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. حاجتك حالي ولا سري بمستتر عن الوشاة ولا دائي مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. ما حدثني النصح لكن لست أسمعه إن المحب العذري والشيب أبعد في نسح عانيت هامي مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
The first one, he said, يا لائمي في الهوى العذري معذرة مني إليك ولو أنصفت لم تلمي. It is Imam Qaseeda rahmatullahi alayhi here is talking to those who blame him for the love of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just like you have people who say you over glorify him, or you say too many things that's just not right. And Imam Qaseeda is saying, Ya la'imi fil hawa al-udhri ma'thiratan. Those who blame me, if they really understand the person I love, they would have actually shared him. Because the people of Mahabba, I'll give you this example. Now, the example of the people of Mahabba is different. The example of that, when you are in pain. When you are in pain, if someone takes something, or you put your hand on a stove and you burn your hand, do you scream or not scream? Most people do. Unless you're Superman. Superman can put his hand there, no problem. But if you're not Superman, you have to scream. Huh? Why? Because that's a feeling you get and you don't control yourself anymore. Do you like to scream in front of people? No, people don't want to scream. But you scream because you don't control yourself. The love of the Prophet ﷺ incites feelings in people that is much more intensified and higher than simply putting your hand on a stove or experiencing a nice breeze, etc. It makes them do things that they do. Because the love of the Prophet ﷺ. Al-Wajd, As-Sufi radiallahu anhu, they call this al-Wajd. When you are in Wajd, because you're not there, you see, sometimes when people in love, those people, the younger people, before they get married usually, not after. But before they get married, when they are in love and all these things, what happens? You talk to them and they're not listening to you. What are you thinking now when he's engaged? They say that, right? They give you an excuse. He's engaged. The whole time, they're on the phone. And after the phone, they're on the text messages. Nowadays, because nowadays there's all these things. Like, they're occupied. They're occupied with the love of those they love. Those who have the Ahlul Mahabba to Allah and His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they are over-occupied all the time with the love of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Therefore, they don't feel anything else around. And on that example, you know, As-Siddiq al-Akbar radiallahu ta'ala anhu wa arda, Sayyidina Abu Bakr, the narration that says when he was in the cave, in the Hijrah, and the snake was biting him, but he did not feel anything because he was in the presence of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was melting, he was in the fana of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that anything outside did not really matter because he was with those who he loved.